Well, surprise, surprise, it looks like Hollywood's giving us a Gremlins reboot.
Disney's getting its own version of Skylanders.
And Eric here accidentally erased everything on his computer, so we don't have the intro. Usually here would be the...
Do-do-do.
If you're like me, you appreciate the arts. Art. Ovation is the only dedicated arts network that's on cable, and it needs our support. You know what Time Warner Cable did? They cut it! They got rid of it! They killed it! Because they don't think that people care about the arts on television! It's Time Warner today, but tomorrow, who the heck knows? We want you to make a video to show us your creativity and support. Click here to learn more and join me in speaking up for art. I'm an original Leonardo da Vinci.
Today is Friday, January 18th, 2013.
Oh, thank you, Eric. And thanks to all those people out there who didn't have a calendar. And I don't know where I'm going with this joke.
How are you guys?
Doing all right.
Good. I wish I had a calendar, though. I don't have any.
You know how I'm doing?
What?
I deleted all of my files on my computer on accident.
Eric, now how did you manage to do that?
There's a button, believe it or not, that says, "Do you want to delete everything?" I click yes.
Oh.
So, yeah.
There's a kill everything
It's a kill
button?
switch, yes.
Oh, God.
But for real, I actually did delete everything. So I would just like to say that if you happen to see that anything looks a little different
Crappy.
on PMI, no, better. It's different. I'm going to recreate all the intros and everything.
Right.
Oh,
so,
piss,
you know,
piss on me, piss on us.
It's like a new PMI. It's like 2.5.
But it's like, yeah, exactly.
More like 1.5. Why would it? Where's the
2.5 because we had 1, then we had 2,
that's right.
it's 2.5.
All right.
This wall.
Right,
I
and then
see,
3.0 will come who knows when.
No more us.
It's just
Flames.
Yes, it's just flames.
Flames, and there's no dialogue. You're talking 30 minutes of fire.
Another thing I have to say before we begin talking about the news
Oh, that's what we doing on the show. We talk about stuff.
is that we have, as you know, I believe this is the third week we're doing it, we changed up how we do the giveaway.
Whoa!
So now, rather than entering the giveaway on Monday and finding out who wins on Friday,
Write this
you
down.
enter on Friday and then find out who wins by watching the Monday show. So,
Got that?
click the link in the info that says giveaway and you can enter to win a free shirt from beobscure.com. We've got a brand new one launching next week. I actually have it sitting right over there.
I see it. It's beautiful.
Prototype.
It's a prototype. And you will get to see it next week and purchase it if you like it. But if you want to enter the giveaway, you'll either get a free shirt or you'll get a refund on a shirt that you purchased. So feel free to purchase away if you like it. Whatever.
A refund.
Also linked down in the info are this week's reviews and whatnot. We had a new episode of Ask PMI, which I thought was pretty damn funny.
Oh, man.
It's about
good
when
times.
we answer the question.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Spooky
Yes.
theme.
That's what this one was about. Also, a recap of the You Reviewers nominations. We have reviews of The Last Stand and Mama. Those are in the info. And finally, along the bottom of the screen is our Choose Your News feature where you can click the annotations to go to different parts in the video. But now, let's start off with some movie news.
Woo!
Now, I will say there's not a whole lot to talk about this week. There was a lot of little, tiny, minuscule stories. A lot of them. Not
So then-
worth my time.
Oh.
Not worth my effort.
What about their time? Because this is what the show is about.
Not worth your time either. So let's start off with
Well, don't let Eric speak for you.
something really important that we need to talk about. The 2013 Golden Globes. Oh my God, best dress.
This is
that
very important.
I enjoy it.
Who took home the biggest thing? Thing on another.
Whoever
thing.
went home with Liam Neeson. But really, I want to talk about it because not only did I think it was actually a really just enjoyable show.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was really. This was the
Oh, I thought you were
best done
kidding.
thing. No, for real.
I thought it was awful.
Why?
Because I thought Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were just not funny.
Oh, I feel the total opposite. I thought they were hilarious.
And then what was it? Will Ferrell.
And Kristen
Tell
Wiig.
me you didn't think that was funny.
That was awful.
Oh
You know
my
what, yeah,
God.
It's better on
This
Saturday
is
Night
you,
Live.
Mike. That's you.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to say my face was just
Tommy
like
Lee
that.
Jones. You want to be a Mel Gibson.
It was just like it wasn't funny.
Oh my God, I was
Wasn't-
rolling on the floor trying to put out fire, laughing.
You lit yourself on fire.
Because it was so funny. I burst into flames. Well, let's let the great tiebreaker weigh in. What did you think of that? What did you think of the whole show?
I'm in the middle.
Great.
I'm
So it's still a tie. Leave it to Jake to break a tie with a tie.
That
tried.
was literally the worst tiebreak ever.
I'm happy that
did
Ben
nothing.
Affleck won Best Director because I think he deserves it.
Also,
don't-
Mike is excited
Does
about
this
it.
really mean anything?
I don't think
know.
he deserved that at all. So nothing I
Yeah.
liked about
Well,
the
no.
show.
Okay, maybe not like Okay, I think he deserved a nomination.
Okay, I'll go as far as to say he
Maybe
deserved
not
a
the
nomination,
award.
but not an award.
I honestly think they gave it to him because he didn't get the
'Cause he's
nomination
got a nice
for
face.
Best Director, and he's got a nice face.
Real nice face.
I have to say though, I really did enjoy it because I thought that everyone gave really interesting speeches for the most part.
Jodie Foster, what the hell?
Well, that was, you know what? That started off rocky and then started to become something
she
interesting.
said some quotable things.
Yeah,
'cause,
but
I was like,
it was a
wow.
little weird. And
I could be a fan of Tina Fey's writing, but
not her face.
well, not her and Amy Poehler together is just like the worst.
A little too
combination.
obnoxious?
It's too obnoxious.
It does
Okay.
get a little obnoxious.
because like
I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But I can understand what you're saying. I will say though that I usually don't expect much from the Golden Globes. I personally enjoyed watching it, and so I look forward to.
The U Reviewers Awards.
Yes, the U Reviewers Awards. That is a good answer.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
know
was
what to
good.
say. Thank you, Jake, for saving the day.
Sold it.
Let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic is a big one.
oh.
For
I don't know if it's good or bad.
Well,
We're going to
it's-
find out.
What do you
I
mean
think
you
I
don't know if it's good or
I do
bad?
know, actually. I do.
yeah.
Gremlins. We know what Gremlins is. Have you ever heard of Gremlins, Mike?
It's a little movie about
Mogwais. I think it's a great movie.
It's a classic.
It's a
Christmas
classic.
classic.
Yeah.
It is a
And even the
classic,
sequel
yeah.
is not that bad.
The new batch was
sequel is
awesome.
pretty interesting. Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
very different.
And we're gonna get into this, but Gremlins was an amazing show of practical.
Oh.
Yes.
You know,
practical
actual
effects. The
built-
puppets.
If for you kids today, back in the day of good movies,
Yeah, there was no computers.
Yeah, monsters weren't cartoons.
Yes.
And
They were real monsters.
They were real. They were actually there, and the actors could see them.
Now we have to be
Yeah.
careful here because I don't want anyone to think I'm completely against CG.
You should be.
I'm not completely. Well, how can Iron Man fly?
Well,
I
no,
was
it's
just gonna
like
say
no.
that.
I'm saying that like CG is great.
I'm saying CG when it has to be.
Yes, you
But
know.
if it doesn't have to be and practical can be done, go practical.
Here's a great example.
Like Hulk obviously is an example of what you need CG for, just as an example.
I think CG was better in like the early 2000s.
In some cases, because
than it
they
is-
mixed
Exactly,
CG and practical.
because it wasn't just CG. It
Yeah.
looked better. I think The Matrix is better than any movie that's come out recently.
I think there are definitely some movies that I think the effects are
Yeah,
better.
I'd have to
better.
agree.
Yeah.
So that being said, there is a Gremlins reboot in the works, and I guess I should have expected that this has been a thing for a little while, but it was kind of always being debunked.
Yeah.
But now apparently there's like some sort of loophole that was figured out in terms of like who owns the rights and stuff like
the
that.
Gremlins loophole.
And I guess maybe Amblin's not doing as well, so maybe they might give up the rights. Amblin, of course, is Steven Spielberg's company, and he has to sign off on it, but he signs off on everything that gets in front of him. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. And basically, this is a very possible thing, a reboot of Gremlins, and we can assume, as we were just saying, that this thing will be
Yeah,
all CG.
All CG.
I would be
It-
surprised if there's any puppets.
No,
you know.
it's gonna be in your face 3D.
Oh yeah, because it's
Yeah.
the third one, right? If they make it a sequel years
Imagine.
later,
Oh, they're
then
not
they-
gonna-
I don't know if
I
they
don't
will.
think
A
they
reboot
will.
doesn't necessarily mean it can't be a sequel. A reboot just
That's
means
what
that
Tron
they're
was,
bringing
right?
it back. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it could be like, could you imagine Gremlins 3D? That's something that should have been done in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gremlins 3D. But so
Well, with shit like this now these days. Are you okay?
yeah, I'm just
All right.
upset.
With shit like this now these days, I'm just not even. I don't even.
I'm not
care.
even phased.
No, it's like there's just been so much of this, like just we know film is dead. You don't need to keep telling us, Hollywood.
Yep.
Stop it, Hollywood! Stop!
Stop! Don't
And
touch
then-
me, Dad!
And then it's like they shove their fist all the way down your throat.
Uh-huh.
And
They
just-
grab you by the ass. They
And then
cup
they just-
around your butt.
and
they go,
rip
boom!
you inside out.
Yep.
And then they say that'll be a $20 ticket.
And also,
$30 for popcorn candy. and soda.
yeah, I was trying to calculate. Is it 30 or 40? But yeah, not a fan of this.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I just can't even give an emotion towards it. So.
Do I think there's potential for a Gremlins movie that would be done well with practical effects and stuff like that? Like a smaller
Yes.
movie? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that it's something that should never be done, but the thing is we know how it will be done.
Yeah.
And so, no. No thank you. No thanks. No thanks. No,
No, no.
no thanks.
we had a
Maybe.
dinner.
I'll give it a maybe.
No.
Because I'm a hopeful person, so you know how I am. I'm the
I do know how you
the
are.
shining white black horse of pretty much it.
Shining white black horse.
Is that racist? We have another story about how awesome Hollywood is these days.
Oh, I love
It's
Hollywood.
the ultra cynical episode.
I think Mike is going to know what we're talking about. Star Trek.
Do I know?
Yeah.
Star Trek
yeah.
Into Darkness.
This
it
is
has
a-
been revealed, J.J. Abrams said,
This is a very terrible
in a
story.
candid interview, yes, this is very sad, and you should be very offended by this, that when he wanted to do Star Trek Into Darkness, he said, I don't want to do it in 3D. And the studio literally said, then we're not doing it. If you don't do it in 3D, we're not doing it. But luckily, he convinced them to let him shoot it in 2D and convert it, because honestly, we are at the point where conversions can look really good. So, if done well, it can look really good. Not that it needs to be in 3D, but if it is, like Titanic, the conversion was great. But basically, this movie wouldn't have been made in 2D. They only wanted to make it in 3D.
Now, so sad.
It's really nasty.
It
This is like the nastiest, scummiest story, I think, of everything we've talked about
This
in a long time.
really just shows you like the horrible, just dripping scum that is Hollywood right now.
But you
It's like, no.
shouldn't settle for this. Like, I feel people are like, I like 3D. You don't get it.
No,
it's the
it's-
principle of the thing. They are using you.
Here's the thing.
For your wallet.
Star Trek 2 would have regardless made a ton of money.
Right,
that's
they didn't.
exactly.
They couldn't settle for that.
Nope.
They needed to be tripled.
They want to double their money with the 3D prices only.
And if they couldn't triple it, they
weren't gonna do it.
Nope.
that's
Oh.
crazy. That's like
That is
cutthroat.
crazy.
That is- it's
I
crazy.
think that's the first I've heard of that. I'm sure it happens more often than we realize.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of also other movies that have been the director wins and doesn't get like they wanted to make, I'm sure, Inception or Dark Knight Rises or some crap. They pushed 3D on Nolan and he said no.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Nolan's has
Has
power.
enough push. But
yeah.
you think J.J. Abrams might? No, maybe not
No,
yet.
he's a dork.
Yeah.
All right. What is he unattractive too, Jake? You always have a problem with these people, like their attractiveness.
Sorry.
But I
That's-
couldn't believe what I was reading. I love that he said it. I love that he
Yeah,
explained what it
yeah.
was, and I'm
Could've kept-
surprised that he doesn't. Like,
In
if we
trouble
find
now.
out that he died in his sleep, we
no.
know who killed him.
Oh.
Who's the studio? What studio is it? But this is two in a row. Great stories.
This is where movies are headed, folks.
Yes.
Get ready for mediocrity.
And unfortunately, believe it or not, that's really all the main movie stories this week, which
Yes.
is really sad. But we do have one more movie-related thing. It's not really a story.
You lied to us. What you did
It
there.
was for dramatic effect.
Okay.
Because
whatever.
This is an example of amazing independent talent,
Whoa.
basically, I guess you could say.
Whoa.
Have you guys seen the live-action Toy Story?
I did.
Yeah.
And
Oh my goodness.
Now I've seen some people
Perfect.
say like, "Oh, it's so shitty. You can see the strings." Shut up.
Oh my,
Like,
are you crazy? It's like a 17 and an 18 or 19-year-old kid that did this. I actually thought that it was like a dad that did it with his kids or something. So I was like,
two
oh wow,
lonely
this is
teenagers.
this is interesting. But they're kids.
It's the beauty is in the technicals of it because like all the shots
Are
the
perfect.
coverage of the shots. It's like
It's not only are they shot for shot perfect, but I actually found myself taken aback by how amazing some of the shots were in the sense of like when the G.I. Joe guys, whatever they're called, the army men, jump off the stairs, and it goes over the edge, and I was like, wow, this is really good.
It was
Yeah.
just
They got all the sets. They like made the bedroom.
and this is just something they just did because they're like, hey, let's
For
do
no
this.
reason.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they love Toy Story so much.
they're gonna get something.
Oh, they already went to
Something's-
Pixar and brought it to them, and Pixar, they loved it. As
Oh,
you can
that's
imagine,
awesome.
they loved it.
That's
Imagine
so
if they
cool.
were like copyright infringement and they slammed them with
Sorry,
a lawsuit.
Hit it with a book.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they loved it, and I highly recommend that you check it out by clicking the link in the info.
Yeah.
It's like a beacon of light in this kind of dark news.
Yeah.
So, not that this is going anywhere. Like it's done. It's just a small little thing. But it's just I don't know the excitement of loving movies
Someone
can
actually
overpower
Now listen to this, guys.
greed.
Somebody had an idea for something, and they did it without any thought of making money.
Yeah, they can't make any money.
That's just bonkers.
That's crazy, huh?
They didn't even convert it to 3D.
I think, what do they call that? Passion?
No, that's a fruit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is,
Patient.
maybe. I love it. I love you, and I love you.
Oh.
Well,
Good story.
and Hollywood, you need to get your shit together.
Well, actually, they do have their shit together.
You're right, they're
Yeah.
making a lot of money.
They're
But
making
anyway,
a lot of money. Yeah.
Never mind. And that's it for all movie-related news. Like I said, not a whole lot, and I'm sure someone's going to comment and be like, why didn't you talk about, Joe Schmo joining the background extras cast of the upcoming this and that movie? Yeah, there was a bunch of tiny little stories that I don't think are really that big of a deal to talk about. So let's move on to some TV news.
Yay!
Okay. Now,
yay!
This is, I think, huge.
Oh.
But maybe it's just because we're fans of both aspects of this.
Well, give it to me slow.
Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, as we know,
I see the notes.
lots of great directors always doing different things on this show.
I think I know where you're going with
And
this.
guess who's coming back to direct an episode?
Oh boy!
Ryan Johnson.
Hooray!
Oh,
Of course, the
that's so
director
cool.
of Looper, you'd know him as most recently, but he
Yeah.
did the episode Fly,
Okay.
and he also did 51 when Skylar goes for a swim.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, 2 great episodes. That one was intense. Remember, the
Yeah.
dialogue was intense.
Yeah.
You know what? It'd be great because like those 2 episodes aren't really substantial, but like the way they were filmed was like whoa.
And they're very
they were
different.
great.
The Fly stands out. It's a very different episode.
Yeah, it's almost like a filler episode.
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
was
but,
like,
but it's
it was
brilliant
good. Yeah,
still.
yeah.
I liked it. So yeah, this is, I think, is really exciting. He's coming back for one more, and this, I guess, is the first thing actually he's doing following Looper, which is kind of interesting. So if you were looking forward to Ryan Johnson's next work,
Looper 2.
you got to catch up on Breaking Bad and watch his episode.
Looper 2, back in the loop.
Looper 2 bloopin'.
That was.
Looper bloopers. Did they release bloopers for Looper?
I hope so.
Whoa!
And some bigger TV news that kind of, I guess, doubles as a little bit of movie news. So there you go. You got a little more on
God,
your
this
plate.
is so big.
Is about S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Avengers sort of spin-off show
Haven't talked about it. in a
that
while.
Joss Whedon is putting together. So it's a Joss Whedon show, so you should be excited about this. We are. Now, this is interesting. We heard that Clark Gregg, who of course played Agent Coulson, would be in the show. So naturally we assumed it would be a prequel. By now you should have seen Avengers, and I don't care if you didn't. But basically, somebody, I don't know who exactly it was, but somebody said that this show takes place right after the attack on New York in the Avengers. But Clark Gregg is in the show.
Oh.
So, does that mean it's flashbacks? Probably not. Could he be reincarnated or maybe never died?
Maybe.
I don't know. The likely rumor that's going around is something that was mentioned, and it is a thing in Marvel Comics that was mentioned as kind of like a little, I guess a little sort of aside to the fans in the Avengers, is these things called life model decoys. Which, who says it? Tony Stark at the beginning says it when he doesn't want to talk to the guy. Remember, he's like, you've reached the life, what is that, what I just say it was called? The life model decoy of Tony Stark, blah, blah, blah. And those are apparently things that S.H.I.E.L.D. creates. I don't know all the details on that. I just read about it.
The only
So-
thing though is that this is a little what's the word, contradictory.
Yeah.
Just because the death of Coulson was kind of the thing that
Yeah, the
unified the
tipping point.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
it's
know?
like
Samuel L. Jackson, not Samuel L. Jackson. What the hell's the character's name?
Nick Fury.
Did lie. Remember about the cards?
He pulled the Nick
playing
Fury.
cards.
Yeah.
So maybe he lied about that, but that's lame. I think that's lame. Honestly, I wish they would just leave him. I mean, I think it's more not powerful. I wasn't like shaken by it, but I think it's more powerful a little bit.
How many people do you think died in that attack on New York? I mean,
Technically, nobody.
there could have been.
There was no bloodshed.
No, that's impossible. There's no way all those giant
They blew
things
up like
were-
a whole Doritos truck. They
Somebody
blew up
must
a
have been
whole
sitting
Dr.
in that
Pepper
office
truck.
that thing clipped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody there must be a lot of widows and fatherless children out there right
But
now.
most importantly, we bring back Agent Coulson.
My husband, he was killed by the robot snake.
What was your husband's name, Jake?
I was just quoting the movie. I don't have a husband. So guys, let's talk about some video games.
I like video games.
Let's talk about something we really like. Disney and Pixar.
Speak for yourself, Jake, but I do like Disney and Pixar.
You do. Okay.
But you should never put words in my mouth. I don't like people putting things in my mouth.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know if you guys know, I'm a man-child, so I am familiar with Skylanders. Are you guys?
I'm familiar with it, and it's something that I saw, and I'm like, God, I wish they had this when I was a kid.
What is it?
Exactly.
It's like they're action figures that you plug in to your video game.
Yeah, and you can trade them with your friends and add like boosters to them, and you know,
It's like
and it's like a memory card. the
Yeah,
thing
you get like a
itself.
pad, and you put your toy on the pad.
They had things a little bit like that.
No,
when
they
we
didn't.
were
but they
young.
were
did, yeah.
stupid.
I remember we had
Couldn't play it on your Xbox.
My sister had a Barbie thing like that.
Yeah, but it
you
was-
plug it in,
yeah.
you could like program it with your name and stuff.
But yeah, I mean, it's
Walk it around the Barbie house.
I've never seen or played
Have sex with Ken.
Ooh.
Skylanders is huge. And
Oh, yeah, the kids love
Disney
it.
now kind of has like their answer to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much a very similar thing with Disney characters, and I'm really excited just because.
So Skylanders is not a platform. I thought that was like a platform, and Disney Pixar was making a Skylanders toy.
No,
They're making
no.
up their own thing.
Their
Got
whole
it. Okay, Skylanders
thing, yeah.
is like a brand.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So now Disney Infinity is like a whole thing, and it's like Skylanders. You buy the things. You can buy like a starter pack, and it comes with 3 of them in the game, and you play them in the game.
Like, what is it, like $60?
But I think it's actually 70 for the.
Oh, well, you're getting 3
little
toys in a
steep.
game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
And there's like little things you can buy and add
Yeah.
to it. But the thing is with this that makes it a little different is there's like the regular game mode, but then there's also toy box mode. I don't know if you guys played Toy Story 3, but in Toy Story
No.
3 there was like an open-ended toy box mode in the game where it was kind of like Little Big Planet and Minecraft. You just build stuff and do
That's
shit.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll be able to run around as like Jack Sparrow and Mike and Sully and like build stuff and knock stuff down. So I think Disney is going to make a ton of money off of this. And I really want to spend all my money on it.
And here's the thing. Here, it's just something that I wish what I had when I
around.
was a kid. Because it's like, I guess that's cool, but I'm not gonna play with the toys.
Buy it for your kid.
Yes, I'm going to find a woman. Anybody who wants to take me up on this right now.
Whoa, this is an open
send
call
me
now.
an email. I want to raise a child immediately. We don't have to get married. We don't even have to take care of them.
You're pulling a
So,
Michael Jackson.
Mike joins fatherhood at gsquaremail.zip.
All I need is a good woman with a very strong ovulation.
Childbearing hips as
Yes.
well is a plus. I'm just going to play it myself as a man-child.
Well,
so
then why don't you just adopt Jake?
Jake, I've got some good news.
I finally found a
You
dad.
finally have a dad.
I'll
Oh.
go to your fancy room.
Time will tell, though, if they incorporate Marvel and Star Wars.
Ooh.
Oh,
We don't know yet. They're being a little secretive.
Ooh.
But they're being kind
Very
of...
cute.
Yeah. And John Lasseter is heavily involved in this. That's cool.
I get it because he's a little overweight.
Heavily. Yeah, he did get fat, right? He got like a chubble up going on. Was he always fat?
Pretty much it. Making puns out of thin air.
All right, now we got some release dates for you. Luigi's Mansion, the new one for 3DS.
Oh, you see.
Oh.
The second coming of
I
Luigi.
can't play it.
Oh, so get a 3DS, all right?
No.
Pokemon's around the corner. We
No.
gotta get our 3DSs,
Nope,
guys.
Nope.
You see, I actually would have been really excited about this news if it wasn't on 3DS. Because
Yeah.
I love Luigi's
Yeah,
Mansion.
that was an amazing
That is a
game.
really
So
good game.
So good.
But
Now, is it going to be available on the Mac? No?
Yeah.
I don't know. Worth a shot?
It also looks like it's like a completely different kind of game, too. Like, from what I saw.
Yeah, it's like, it is and it isn't. Like, they try to like do different things. I don't know if they're gonna
I don't
work.
like things that are different.
I know, I just want
Yeah.
to be a Ghostbuster.
Do you
as
remember
Luigi.
how cool Luigi's Mansion was, the very first game?
Yes.
Oh.
I remember how
remember-
terrifying it was?
Yeah, it was actually kind of spooky when I was a kid.
I remember, like, it was Christmas, and when the GameCube just came out.
That's
and,
when I got
like,
it, I think. Yeah,
just came out, and the graphics were like, oh my
Yeah,
god!
I was
yeah.
showing my dad. I was like, look at this dad. And he wasn't really there. I was imagining him.
I know how you feel.
Mike, you have enough room at home for another little boy?
There is never enough room in my heart.
So you're
But-
our dad now?
Yes,
You're-
but I
He
meant
just
that.
said there's
yeah.
never enough room in his heart, so I'm
Yeah.
not part of it.
Oh.
What I'm just saying is that I have a very small house, but a very big heart. So you can come live with me, but you might have to sleep on top of each other. And
All right, so
In the
no,
basement.
no change. Okay, no problem. When can we play this game, Jake?
I just told you,
Big
March
brother?
26th.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Sorry, big
yeah.
brother.
And it's coming out right after Lego City Undercover, which I really can't wait to play as
Whoa.
well. Whoa, I know.
Any other games that we have release dates for?
Yeah, since we're talking release dates, Splinter Cell Blacklist got delayed from the spring
Uh-oh.
to now August 20th.
Oh.
does anybody actually even care?
I do.
Uh-oh.
Really?
And like a couple people.
A couple
But
people.
Michael Ironside isn't in the game, so I don't.
Oh, was he going to be in the game?
He was the voice of all the Sam Fisher.
What's he doing instead?
Oh.
Starship Troopers, maybe. Hopefully. Imagine. No. Starship Troopers 7.
Yeah.
Last but not least, there's been like limited invites going out for the Dead Space 3 demo,
Oh.
and I played it.
I'm very interested to hear what you have to say because I know I use Dead Space a lot when I bunk horror games, modern horror games. I say that it's not scary.
Yeah.
I still love Dead Space. They're great games, and the graphics and design is all amazing. But it looks like Dead Space 3, from what they've given us, it looks pretty bad.
Guys.
It looks like they made it more action.
Guys.
What?
I liked it. I kind of liked it.
What, did like you get into any like the action they're showing, like the shooting people who shoot back and
Yeah, that made me feel a little iffy, but there wasn't
Yeah.
a lot of that. It was still very much just walking and feeling very tense and putting you in tense situations.
You said it right. It's tense. You know, you're walking around. You're like, oh, I hope a monster doesn't pop out and come at me.
And then it does, and it boo boo.
Yeah, but
It feels totally different, but so familiar, and
it feels
it's still
like,
tense though. That's what I thought.
Does it
was
feel
awesome.
like a good sequel to Dead Space?
It does, and you know what's really cool is that it has like a lot of echoes of the thing. It just reminded me of
cool.
the thing.
Yeah, because it's like in the ice planet, right?
Yeah. So I was like,
That's
this
cool.
is really cool, and that whole co-op thing with like that other guy. He
Yeah.
only follows you around if you're playing co-op.
That's
you can
good.
still play by yourself.
That's good.
That's
That's what
good.
you need.
Because when they were showing like the first footage at E3 or something, and it was like, oh, you're a co-op guy now.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, that makes it
And-
less scary.
Granted,
Yeah.
there are still action parts now. There's
Uh-huh.
shootouts that you're taking cover here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still very much Dead Space. For those of you who haven't gotten an invite to play it early, the public release.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Too bad.
The public demo goes public on PS3 and Xbox 360 on January 22nd, and you should probably
Wait a
check
minute,
it
doesn't the
out.
game come out like February 5th?
I don't even know.
So at this point, you would just wait.
Yeah, I think I just want. I mean, I really want to play it, but I also kind of don't want to like get the game and they say, "Oh, this is the demo."
But it's not that bad. Yeah.
I'm still gonna get it regardless. You know, that hasn't.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Don't talk to Dad that way.
Yeah,
We gotta take a break, but you're gonna get it.
I'm gonna ground you and.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're my dad.
I'm the dad, so no more food. Or
Can I
water.
be the dog? We'll take a quick commercial break.
And that's how you wipe yourself, Jake. You don't use your shirt. You don't use your hands. You use the toilet paper.
Think.
The joys of being a pop.
Yes. Now, let's talk about the trailers, Pop and Bra?
Okay.
Yes? Pop?
Yeah.
Okay, son.
So we're a family now, right?
We're a
This is
big,
what's
happy
going
family.
on.
Big
Okay, good.
family.
This is what happens when my desktop gets deleted.
Yeah.
The first trailer we gotta talk about is for Upstream Color.
Oh boy. I thought this trailer was one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a perfect kind of trailer. It is like we've been saying all this year of pretty much it.
Yeah, all these year and 2 months
yeah.
of pretty much it.
Is that
1 month.
trailers these days give away the entire movie. And there's just like, oh, here's an explosion, bam!
Bam.
Here's a shot of the main character,
Bam.
whoa! And there's the girl, and she has tits.
Here's the plot
Whoa.
twist.
And they're awful, but this trailer it's perfect. I still don't know the plot.
Yeah, I
what
was
the
gonna
hell's
tell you,
going
I
on?
have no idea.
I
what's
kept
going on.
thinking like, oh, so that's what it's. No. Oh,
But they gave away a snippet, like a less than a second shot that kind of gave you a little insight.
What shot do you think?
It was like the guys moving their hands.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was like, is there some
alien
kind of like
sort of stuff going
powers or something?
on.
When you said there was one shot that gave it away, for some reason I was like, it was like a shot of the synopsis. They just flashed
They
it.
put in a quick thing like the ending is. But yeah, I mean, I thought all the visuals, the cinematography looks
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
very
It's
much
great, yeah.
more so in this than the original teaser that we saw.
That yes, and it seems like Shane Carruth has just. I mean, we haven't seen the movie yet, but it seems like visually, because Primer's not a visually stimulating
yeah.
movie. This looks like it's like
Went
Primer
off, yeah.
plus the
Uh-huh.
visually stimulating stuff. Oh my
That
gosh.
sounds good.
Looks great.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This looks like it's going to be a little more fast-paced than
Uh-huh.
Primer for sure, which is not a bad thing at all
No,
because
yeah.
Primer is slow. But yeah, definitely check out the full trailer. I think it looks slammin'.
I think it looks jammin'.
What do you think about this, brother?
Oh, I still gotta see Primer.
The next trailer we got to talk about is for Mud.
Someone's here. What? Someone's living in our boat. You know that guy? I've never seen him before.
You guys know why this trailer is exciting?
No, I
No.
don't.
Because it's the next film from Jeff Nichols,
Who?
Take Shelter.
Oh,
Rotor and director of Take Shelter. He also did this. Stars Matthew McConaughey as a creeper guy and two little boys as two little boys. And I mean, I think it looks really good, but mainly it's just Jeff Nichols doing it is all that matters. Michael Shannon's in it too.
And that was your
Yes, he
movie
is.
last year. That was like
That
your
was one of my
movie.
faves. Oh,
Yeah.
big time.
that was a good movie. Good film.
Yes. Next up, we have the first trailer. It's a very short trailer for Now, this is the sequel to VHS, which I think, did we all enjoy it? To the point?
Yeah, what
I liked it.
I didn't like any of the shorts in it, but I liked
Bits and
things
pieces,
from
right.
the shorts.
Yeah, and I like the whole concept.
But it's, one of the main problems, I think, VHS is a shining example, is that the found footage concept is
They
getting
shoehorned it in.
is getting so bad,
Showing its limitations.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they're coming up with such outlandish reasons why they're filming. It's like
Did somebody have it like in their glasses?
yeah, it's
at
like
one
we
point?
put a camera in your glasses.
5
How
minute
crazy is that,
expositional
bro?
scene.
Let's
Yeah.
get drugged.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this looks like pretty much. If you liked VHS, this looks like exactly the same
I'll see
thing.
it. I'll see it.
So,
You
which
know?
is good because if you liked VHS, this looks exactly the same. So, all right, cool. I will see it as well.
Yeah.
What's next?
Spring Breakers.
Yes.
What?
Who are you?
My name's Aileen.
Why are you here?
I saw y'all in there. You like nice people. Come on, y'all. Why acting suspicious?
This is the Harmony Korine movie. We've talked about it a few times.
Who?
Kids.
Oh,
And
that's right. That's
this
right.
is the movie with it's got like Vanessa Hudgens
James Franco,
and
right?
Yeah.
Selena Gomez, Disney
I
Kids,
gotta see
and
this
James
trailer.
Franco,
James Franco.
with not with dreads, cornrows and a grill, and the score is done by Skrillex, and it just looks like
So-
what the
Really?
freaking hell am I watching?
Well,
it
yeah.
looks ridiculously insane.
Yeah, I would say I haven't seen the trailer.
I don't
gotta
know
get
if
on
it's
it,
in
yeah.
a good way though.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I was excited
Yeah.
for it, and I don't know. This trailer kind of put me off a little.
Have
bit.
you seen any of his movies before?
No, but
Well,
I was looking forward to it based on who I've heard that he does very raw and intense stuff.
Very raw.
But this looks, I mean, it kind of looks desperate to be that. It's almost like it's trying to keep up with the hype of the guy.
well, you know what?
From what I've heard.
It was like his movies came out in the '90s, and it was just like a movie that was so raw and like
disturbing.
Like back then, it was so much more crazy.
Yeah, now we've got like Saw and stuff
yeah,
coming out.
we're,
It's
we're
like,
all a little
this
more
just looks like, you know.
desensitized.
but I don't know. This doesn't. It looks a little bit mainstream-ish compared to what I was expecting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe the trailer's just looking like
Might
that.
be
I
a
don't think
bad
the movie's
trailer.
going to be.
I gotta check that trailer out.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Link in the info. Also linked down in the info are trailers for 21 and over. Another trailer for A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III. Trailers for The Call, Dark Circles, Emperor, The End of Love, which looks really good. The Iceman, The Last Exorcism Part 2, Murder 3, The Power of Few, and Spiders 3D. Did you guys
Spiders
see
3D?
this? Oh god, it looks hilarious.
Oh
It
God.
looks like the best movie ever made.
And that's it for trailers. Now let's move on to the poll.
Ooh.
The poll question last week was, what do you think that the worst Oscar nomination snub is/was?
You
now,
guys.
you
I made
a
a prediction, and
but
it
unfortunately I
looks
lost
like,
it.
Oh yeah.
I lost the file. But
yeah.
you did say, yeah, what were you going to say?
I was wrong.
Yeah, I
was
can't believe
wrong.
it. I can't believe it.
I'm actually pretty shocked that I was wrong.
You want to say what it was
You're
for
always
the
right.
most
Yeah.
part? It was pretty simple. Pretty obvious,
I
too.
was pretty sure that Dark Knight and The Hobbit were gonna be up there.
Yeah, maybe not number one, but up there enough.
Because I know what you people think.
Yeah, but they didn't make it at all. You know why? Because I think that people did want Leonardo DiCaprio to be nominated
Yeah.
over their love for The Dark Knight. I really think that kind of transcended it because, yeah, that was pretty messed up. And that is number one, by the way. I'm not going to go in order because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we had Leonardo DiCaprio was the big one. Also, Looper for Best Original Screenplay.
That was
Really?
mine.
No.
Yeah, that was mine.
I mean, I loved the screenplay.
I
I
lo-
liked
maybe
the
I'm
screenplay a lot.
dumb. All right, maybe I'm dumb.
No, it's not that you're dumb. Well, maybe.
Well,
it
maybe
is.
you are, but
It's
that's irrelevant.
I love Looper, but it's not Oscar worthy.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
It just doesn't feel like that to me.
I don't know. I don't
And
know
then
what it is.
in third place, but once again, I'm just saying them. Ben Affleck for director and actor. I can see director. I don't know about actor.
He wasn't a good actor in Argo.
I mean, I thought he was a good actor.
No, he wasn't.
Just a good actor.
He was just playing Ben Affleck with a beard.
Yeah, which
basically.
is I could do that.
I could do that.
But whatever. That's fine. I get it.
Was
I
The
get
Dark
this.
Knight or Hobbit even close?
I don't remember, but I just remember thinking like, oh wow,
what about snubs for you guys?
we talked about it last week. So just watch last week's episode if you want to know.
Oh yeah, check it out on youtube.com/prettymuchit.
That's it for last week's poll. This week's poll question is: what do you think of Mike's shirt? What do you think of this?
What with the
Not the
red?
shirt. Actually,
Wait,
I like.
Wait.
The whole ensemble.
the
Let's
whole
say that.
ensemble.
Yeah, the whole ensemble.
Ensemble.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to say about it, but I'm just gonna hold off.
So you can vote. Click the link down in the info to go vote on
I
our
will
Facebook, facebook.com/prettymuchit. Please like us if you haven't. Thank you very much if you do. And we will discuss the results next week.
Of my shirt.
Yes, your ensemble review.
You know, this shirt is new. It came in the mail.
Good for you, pal.
Thanks, Eric.
That's it for this week's episode of Pretty Much It. Not a whole lot.
Golly gee willikers.
Kind of a slow week.
That was a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't.
Not really.
That was
actually,
fun.
yeah.
It wasn't slow.
Yeah.
We got some little bits.
And now I've got a real fun time. I got to recreate all the visual elements for pretty much it, and I can't wait.
Get to it.
What do you
Yeah.
mean by that?
Because I lost all my files. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
You better have enjoyed it.
Apologies for the lackluster
fun.
news. Not that it's my fault.
We
but
talked some
whatever.
good words, though.
Yeah. Now we're going to go and have some father-son soup.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a
call
family
it,
now.
I call it.
Only soup for two, though, Dad. So
Yeah.
What am I? Well, I'm
Don't-
like the Michael
don't-
Myers of the family.
Don't tell him that I didn't make soup for him.
Okay.
We're gonna have soup.
I'm gonna grow up and be a killer.
And that's pretty much it.
Fine. You wanna kill me, huh? You think you're a man enough to kill your pop, huh? I'm sorry I
Stop.
pushed you. I'm sorry.
There's no outro music or anything either.
So we can't like do like the.